Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, tonight, Dark Rebellion Wrestling and Super Smash Sports proudly bring to you, for the first time in over 3 years, this is Zero Fox Giving. And my guest at this time, he was once known as AJ. He was once known as Corbin Hyde, Kieran Havoc, the nutsack from down under. Ladies and gentlemen, Andy Havoc.
That's right, folks. It's me. It's that motherfucker. I don't have a way to work that.
That A-N-double-D.
That A-N-double-D. Ladies and gentlemen. And I am live from the Hell Mound.
On tonight, we have returned to the podcasting world for the first time in 3 long years. I'm not promising this is how it's going to be every time. I'm not even promising that I slightly give a fuck about this right now. But I will tell you that if everything goes smooth, this voluptuous, this beautiful creature of Zero Fucks Given will return to where it once was. And Andy, DRW's been around a long time. We are on the road to SiberSlam as of earlier tonight, where we saw Walter Van Scheissel win the once-in-a-lifetime briefcase ladder match, along with Triple X, him winning the second once-in-a-lifetime briefcase ladder match. Corbin, with you being the world heavyweight champion, how nervous are you now that it's not only Walter but Triple X holding the briefcases?
How to put this? I trained Walter. I know his every fucking move. Yeah, I taught him everything he knows, but I didn't teach him everything I know. And as far as Triple X, that dude's too high to give a fuck about me right now.
Now, at New Heights, you defended your world heavyweight title against Clay Austin, the NWA heavyweight champion. And y'all tore the house down. 5-star match all around. But you were the better man. Now, as we roll into SiberSlam in Toronto, we're going to find out you're a new number 1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Out of everyone and on all the rosters, who do you want to be the number 1 contender for the Heavyweight Championship?
You want the truth, myself, and somebody near and dear to my heart, we have some unfinished business. See, Firestar, you think that you're the best in the world. But, buddy, as long as I've got this belt on my shoulder, do you know what that proves? That proves that I am better than just about anybody on that fucking roster. I want Firestar.
One Corbin Hyde issuing the challenge to Firestar. Now we know in a few weeks it will be CJ Hart versus Firestar Hart, the newfound lone soldier CJ Hart taking on Firestar. Now, here's where we make the match. In a couple of weeks' time, it will be CJ Hart versus Firestar Hart. 2 out of 3 falls, and the winner will meet Corbin Hyde at SiberSlam in Toronto for the World Heavyweight Championship. But whoever gets to Toronto, if Corbin Hyde beats them and he retains the Heavyweight Championship of the world, they can no longer compete for the World Championship as long as Corbin Hyde is the heavyweight champion of the world.
And let's be honest, I've run through just about everybody on this roster. Over the 10 times that I've won this title, I've beaten everyone there is to beat.
Now, we also you need to also talk about this because at CyberSlam, the Freak, who won the DRW Grand Prix, and he's undefeated. He's the NXG Intercontinental Champion. He's undefeated. He won the Grand Prix. He will meet the Messiah at CyberSlam in Toronto for the DRW Championship. Now let's take a look at the CyberSlam card. So far we know at CyberSlam it will be Torrance Banks versus Jay Styles for the Elite Championship. The Freak versus Messiah for the DRW Championship. Corbin Hyde versus either Firestar or CJ for the World Championship. And in the main event for the Undisputed Championship, it is a triple threat match. It is the God amongst men, Chris Zero. It is the Game, Tyler H. And it is the Undisputed Champion, Carnage. Now, what else would you like to see take place at CyberSlam?
What do I want to see? I want to see the two guys that I helped train, the two guys that are two of the most underutilized but hardest working men on the roster. I want to see Kieran and Michael get out there and tear it the fuck up.
You say they're underutilized, but you do realize they're 3-time DRW Tag Team Champions, and they're 2-time DRJW Tag Team Champions, and Michael Havoc was in the finals of the DRW Grand Prix.
That's not good enough. Not to me and not to them. See?
Well, I'm sure they'll have their opportunity for Tag Team Gold down the road. But let's talk about the big story coming out of New Heights and coming out of our week in Philly. Earlier in the week, CJ Hart turned his back on the Deadly Saints and he attacked Firestar Hart. You've known Firestar just as long as I have. How do you feel about watching CJ Hart try to tear the Saints apart by attacking his brother?
Here's the thing, and this has been a long time coming. So I know both these men extensively. I've traveled the road with both these men. And with CJ, he's always felt like, and maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong here, but he's always felt like Firestar's a glory hog. Firestar makes everything about him. CJ's own words to me on the road were that Firestar created CRW so that he could inflate his own stats as champion. So this has been a long time coming, and I knew it was going to happen. I just didn't know when.
And that match will be a bloodbath. And I'm very excited to see CJ versus Firestar and to put the title shot on the line. It's even more personal than that because between them, I believe it's not even about the world title. It's about the fact that CJ feels like he was underlooked. He was being held down. He was being made as a slave to make sure that Firestar could make it. Meanwhile, CJ was breaking down barriers and he was setting records. You know, CJ won the whole chamber. He had a title shot, had to hand it to Firestar. Then him and Johnny Gat couldn't win the tag titles, so CJ had to help Firestar and help him win the tag titles. And then we seen at New Heights, Firestar had no problem replacing CJ with Johnny Gat in the tag team title match. So maybe, just maybe, this is going to get even more personal between the two and make this rivalry a whole lot more better, a whole lot hotter going into CyberSlam, into Toronto. And also, let's talk about this, the night before CyberSlam. It is DRJW and NXG Supercard Tokyo, where we will see every DRJW and every NXG championship be combated for. We know that Jin Kaze is the DRJW World Champion. We know that Mike Styles is the DRJW Intercontinental Champion, and we know that the Wolfpack are the DRJW World Tag Team Champions. What do you want to see take place in Tokyo at Supercard?
I want Mike Styles to lose that belt because he's a no-talent piece of trash. He is a second-rate Corbin Hyde and is not fit to lace my fucking boots, let alone hold my goddamn jock. I did more for the Undisputed Era in the year I was there than he has in his entire career as a wrestler.
Well, Corbin Hyde throwing shade out there to Mike Styles, but we know that after New Heights, 2 men have got briefcases. There's 4 world champions. And there's only been 1 man to ever fail while holding the briefcase. So that means there's a 98% chance that whenever those 2 feel froggy, there's going to be new champions coming about. How long do you see them 2 men holding the briefcases?
Knowing Walter the way I do, Walter is very intelligent and he's going to pick his moment. You know, when we were in Ring Kill, Walter, every day, every night, he would always talk about how this is our moment, this is our moment, this is our moment, this is our opportunity, and we need to prove that we are the real deal. But then things got interesting. Then I saw that Ringkill had done everything that it needed to do. We had set out and we had accomplished every goal that we ever set out to accomplish. And I told him he was free. And you noticed I said this was his moment. That was his exact words when I let him loose from Ringkill and when we dissolved were, "This is my moment." He's got his opportunity and I couldn't be prouder. But Walter, if you're listening, buddy, you know better than to cash in on me. You know that I know every trick in the book. There's a reason I am the ring killer. And there's a reason that I'm champion and you're not.
Shade has been thrown towards Walter. We know that 2 men own briefcases. There's 4 world champions. There's a lot more to come on the road to SummerSlam. Don't miss SummerSlam. We'll be live in Toronto. The night before, we'll be in Tokyo for the RJW and NXG Supercard. But as this episode's going to come to a close to see how it comes out, we hope you stay tuned as we will be bringing more ZFG podcasting right your way. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Chris Zero alongside Andy Havoc, and thank you for tuning in to ZFG.